Hi, I'm Elizabeth at T1 International, and I wanted to share out some updates about our upcoming 100 Years from Gift to Greed campaign, which will launch officially on May 17th, and it will run over the course of about a year as we continue to grow and build momentum and work with all of our volunteers and advocates to grow it and to best support your local advocacy. So I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about what's to come. So the campaign is really marking the start of a series of 100-year anniversaries related to the discovery of insulin. This year is a big one in that insulin's been around for about 100 years. And with that, we're not celebrating because millions of people around the world can't access or afford their insulin. We're grateful to the founders, the discoverers, that is, who discovered this thing that keeps us alive, but we are angry and outraged that so many people still cannot access or afford it. So we're not celebrating, we are advocating. And that's really the tagline of our campaign, is to advocate, not celebrate. Some objectives of the campaign. Really, we want to raise awareness of this 100-year anniversary and highlight the exorbitant costs of the pharmaceutical industry, their greed, their tactics that they use to keep prices high. It's really, really important that we focus on the story of insulin and how it was basically given away as a gift to the world. And now it is really a tool that really upholds the greed of the pharmaceutical industry. So we want to tell that story and educate not only the diabetes community, because many people in the diabetes community already know about this, but we need to make sure that more and more people outside of our diabetes community understand this. And so we're reaching beyond the diabetes community to make sure that the unaffordability, the human stories, the reality behind all of this is shared as widely as possible. And while T1 International is leading the 100 Years from Gift to Greed campaign, we really just want it to serve as a foundation upon which your advocacy that you're already doing locally, no matter where you are in the world, you can make this campaign, you can take what we're providing and really use it to further your own local efforts. That's what T1 International is all about, is to help you make the most of your incredible advocacy that you're doing to push for change in your local area. So I'm thinking of our Canadian chapter, who Toronto is, of course, the birthplace of insulin, and they're doing a Free Insulin 100 campaign where they're pushing for free insulin for everyone in Canada. And so we're hoping that this overarching campaign can support the specific push, and that all together, under the banner of this campaign, we can support local campaigns. And we know many of our other chapters, our global advocates and our global partners are doing campaigns around 100 years of insulin. So we hope to kind of bring folks together with this, and again, to support what you're doing locally. And we want to encourage people to join this movement, to join pharma-free fighting for insulin for all. And finally, we're sharing stories of people around the world who face obstacles with the cost of their insulin and how it impacts them through our 100 Voices, which is a part of this broader campaign. And highlighting a few key dates, which I'm going to show you our website in a minute. But May 17th, as I mentioned, is when we hope to launch this campaign. We will be putting out a press release and some graphics and information. This is the date when Banting, Best, and McLeod began their first experiment to try to extract insulin. And then in July, we will have a video release with Miss Diabetes. So there's a couple images you've already seen, which she's working on as part of a video that's going to be put out. It'll be about 3 minutes long, telling the story of insulin and from gift to greed. We've worked with Janina, also known as Miss Diabetes, in the past, and she led on our Change Through community video to kind of bring that vision to life. And so we're really excited that we're working with her again, and she's really helping us bring our campaign to life for sure. And as I mentioned, the campaign will run for the course of almost a year, at least through January, because in January 1922 was when insulin was first used to treat somebody with type 1 diabetes. So just flagging a few key dates, but our website, which I'm going to show you soon, has even more dates. We also just wanted to share a little bit about the look and feel of the campaign. These are T1 International's brand colors, of course, but it's a focus on, again, a little bit less celebratory imagery, but really showing that insulin's that was meant to be a gift is now a cash cow for the pharmaceutical industry. So just sharing a few examples of that here. And as I mentioned, our 100 voices, this is the start of the 100 voices. We want to get 100, if not more, people sharing their experience with the high cost of insulin and their feelings about it, maybe information about their advocacy. So we've got 3 examples here from some of our global advocates around the world, but we will be continuing to collect stories and hear voices and start sharing those out once the campaign launches and over the course of the campaign. So getting to the website, 100 years is our landing page, and just wanted to walk you through. Again, this will officially be shared out starting May 17th. But really it's just sharing a little bit of a timeline, so you can click on each of these and read about the various things that happened over the course of time. And we're still sort of populating this as we go. I've been doing a lot of digging into when insulin was first available in certain countries, and that information is really, really, really hard to find, which is frustrating in and of itself. But we will be continuing to add to this. And of course, the story, the written story is here in summary of how insulin went from gift to greed. You're going to hear that phrase a lot, but and then the important part here is that you can take action. This is our action page, and again, it's still kind of in progress, but we wanted you to see so that you know what's coming and so that you can provide ideas and feedback before we officially sort of put this out to the world. So just some ways some kind of calls to action here. So again, education is a big piece of this. No matter where people are in the world, we have heard again and again that just educating about the realities of diabetes, of the high cost of insulin, is the first step to making change. So that's one thing you can do. We'll have a press release that we'll be putting out and hoping to get some media attention, but we'll be putting that out on our blog. The landing page, which I've already shared with you, we will be encouraging others to share that. And then 100 voices. I've already talked about this a little bit, but we'll be soliciting quotes and information so that anybody who would like, whether it's if you're a chapter or a global advocacy partner, getting people in your network to help join 100 voices so that we can get as many folks as possible sharing will be fantastic. And then the video, we're working with Miss Diabetes, as I mentioned. We will be putting this out on July 27th, and we'll be providing further guidance and information about how you can host a watch party. So we're encouraging folks to get their friends and family and maybe coworkers together to watch the short video and then talk a little bit about the issues. So we'll be providing some talking points and information and encouragement for the watch party. Of course, T1 International takes no funding from pharmaceutical companies or anybody that would compromise our ability to speak out. So we are encouraging folks who are able to donate or raise funds so that we can really keep our independent fight going. It's essential for us to exist. So we really would appreciate if folks could donate or raise funds. And then boosting the campaign on social media. The more noise we can make as we continue to put out graphics, content, Miss Diabetes is going to be sharing shorter videos in the lead up to the main video launch on July 27th. And we're going to be pushing those out, and we would love your help to amplify those as well. So we will have graphics in this folder, which are publicly accessible to anybody. And again, we will keep adding to this folder so that you can share out not only resharing and retweeting what T1 International is putting out, but you can put out things on your own channels as you would like. And then we've got sample tweets and sample Facebook and Instagram posts, text, and we encourage you to use these hashtags. We've actually seen 100 years of insulin as a hashtag and insulin 100 if you have strong preferences, or as we see which ones pick up the most traction, we may decide to go with one or the other. But using Advocate, Don't Celebrate, of course, Insulin for All, and T1 International, and tagging T1 International wherever you can will help us just keep re-amplifying. So as I mentioned on the website, there's information about how you can join the 100 Voices. Sharing your story or getting your networks to share their story with contact@t1international.com is the best way to do it. We'd love to make this photo-led as well, not just text-led, so that we can share faces of those who are comfortable doing so. And we will add these to the templates that I shared with you over the course of the campaign, and may do some more expansive pieces as well, depending on the content that we get and the capacity that we have as a team. I also wanted to make a note on accessibility and language. So we do aim to have some content translated into other languages. We will have PDF versions of some of that online content that I shared so that our partners and global advocates can share out with their networks. Everything on our website is able to be translated. We have a Google Translate, so it's not the best translation, but it is something that you can highlight with your networks of folks that speak other languages. But again, we are trying to have tailor-made content that tailor-made in the sense that it's translated, but it's the same content that everybody's going to be seeing. And we also aim to have subtitles of the video, of Miss Diabetes' video, translated into as many other languages as possible. We have a time crunch and we have limited sort of budget and capacity, but we do really want to get this out to truly to our global network. So equally, if you are able to support or know someone who can support with translation of content, let us know. It's best for us, of course, to work with professional translators, but if we have multiple people who can check and support, especially for smaller graphics and things, we really love all the help that we can get. And then for bigger pieces, we'll work with some of our contacts and our professional translators. But yeah, our hope is to get it out to as many of you as possible. So, Advocate, Don't Celebrate. This is a little introduction to the start of our campaign. If you really want even more details to help plan around what your chapter's doing or what your local group is doing, we do have a campaign communications plan that hasn't been shared out yet because, as you can see, there's some blank spaces here, but want you to know what's coming. So for example, we're holding a little call for our US chapter folks to ask questions about this video that you're probably watching now. And we're starting to post content as well to announce that the campaign is coming. And our official soft launch is happening on the 17th, when we will have a short animation video. And again, we will have some text that will go along with it. And these are the outlets that we're going to be posting it on. And this is what you as volunteers can do, which is amplify and share out, and also share with us what we can share and amplify of your content and your actions. So again, just wanting to give you a taste that we've started to populate with dates, content, caption text, which will include some calls to action from the action page that I shared with you. And that leads up all the way until the 27th, which is again when we're encouraging folks to host watch parties and take further action. So all in progress, still going, but important, we thought, to share with you so that again you can share with us ways that you might like to build on this, or more that you might like to see from us. And as much as we have the capacity, we will try to incorporate it. And as I said, we'll share a copy of that communications calendar and make it available to anybody who would like to have it and to see it, so that we can keep amplifying each other. And equally, if you have your own plans with your local groups, please do share it with us so that we can work together and just make this hopefully the biggest, most successful campaign possible.